Nope. Oh, there we go.
All right. Hey.
Can you see me? I'm kidding.
Mr. D.
All right. So, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So with this, I could do all kinds of things. Like I have a control panel here, so I could have up to 6 people. Got my tooth knocked out again. But I could do some. I could do all kind of little things where, for instance, I can feature. So let's say, for instance, I'm the chef, and your screen is is a shot of what you're prepping. Okay. So I would go back and forth between showing what you're cooking and yourself to go into a widescreen, and then back. So I'll be kind of producing what's happening behind the scenes, right? So, for instance, right now you're in the studio. You're kind of like, so you're on. I like that photo. You kind of remind me of somebody. What's his name? Tony Montana.
Hey, what happened to your tooth?
I got it knocked out again. I have to go back and get it placed back in.
What's her name?
Her name? Her name Ray Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah.
All right. So you would be the chef. I would be the client. Is that how it works?
No. Well, no. Well, let me switch on right back here. So while this is happening, and first of all, we're going to work on the lighting and everything. I'm in very bad lighting and stuff, but I'm going to control for the lighting and the audio. But the screen on the right or left, that's the chef. The other one is what you're prepping, right? So I'm going to have two. We're going to have 2 cameras. So part of the reason why I need to charge a certain amount of money is
talk normally. You don't have to scream.
Am I screaming?
Yeah. Because you think I can't hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay. So I'll be doing a lot of switching, adding some things. Like for instance, I have a lot of lower thirds and some graphics. I'll be popping up on the screen to explain some things. Going to have to custom build a lot of things. So behind the scenes, while everything is going on, I'm going to be listening and also putting up like lower thirds and things like that. If that makes any sense. So, like I might throw a banner up across there, and say some things and then bring it back down, just so that. And so, like, where like you were in the green room before I brought you in.
Mm-hmm.
So I can have like up to 12 people down there waiting. So somebody who's not on the screen right now might be looking at the chef that is doing a demo and might say, "Hey, can you stop? And can you do that again?" So they're going to send me a quick message, and I'm going to interrupt the chef and let him know, "Hey, we got a question." And then the chef starts saying, "Hey, we got a question from Paul Dembowski." Then I'll put that other person up there on the screen with the chef and let them ask the question.
Okay, but
so they're paying for interactivity.
How can you stop a chef?
How can I stop the what?
A chef. Look, if he's cooking something and the butter has to be cooked for exactly 15 seconds, he can't stop because you need to talk.
Well, that's his job to explain. Like right now, I have to finish this process, but in about 30 seconds, once everything is in the right state, we go with the flow.
Let's pretend. Let's say everything's good. Your idea is great. The money proposition is good. How am I going to know about you?
Oh, I'm going to market through my social media networks. So all of these chefs that I'm using have huge networks. Plus, I have a small network, but I'm going to use everybody's network to help get the word out. I got the Convention Visitors Bureau is going to publicize me. I got Visit Mississippi, which has about 40,000 followers. They're going to publicize.
You think you can get on TV? Like, 5 o'clock news?
I can get on the local Memphis news.
Yeah.
I could get on the Tupelo news. Tupelo is a town twice as big as us, no college. Jackson, Mississippi. The problem is I'm not down in Jackson right now.
Right,
But yeah,
this isn't regional. It's whoever wants to participate, right?
it is. Yeah. But the chefs are I'm going to have chefs and mixologists. So showing you how to make cocktails.
Because if you polish this up, I mean, you could be on TV in Chicago. It really doesn't matter where, as long as it's a big audience.
Yeah. I just want to draw some traction. My niche is going to be like Southern Mississippi food.
Right, but it doesn't necessarily have to appeal to Mississippians.
I agree. Yes. I'm with you 100%. Yeah. I want to appeal to people around the world who care about Southern food and Southern chefs,
Yeah, so
particularly from Mississippi.
I think the only reason that you can ask for money is because you're doing it live and you're making it interactive. So that's, you know, that might be worth it to someone.
Okay. Now we can play around with the pricing, but let me throw something else out, a second stream of revenue. Okay. So 12 people is a small amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
Small amount. So I was thinking, in addition to that, charging a small amount of money also, maybe like $2. $2 gets you no interactivity, but you can watch it in real time. And then you can watch it for free a month from now on YouTube.
Oh, there you go. Because the thing you're there's two forces working against each other. You want to get revenue, but you also want people to start using it.
Yes.
So those two forces are counter. So anything to get people on, if there's a way to get on and see it on YouTube later, great, because that's really marketing for the pay product. That's a good idea.
Wait, so what about the $2 version? No interactivity, but you get to watch.
Why would I do that if I can just watch the YouTube versions that are a month old?
Okay, so just do an all or nothing, maybe then is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think the older versions can be put on YouTube, and then it might make people interested. And for the interactive one, you could also ask people if they have requests, and you could tailor the cooking to their needs if you want.
Okay. Huh.
But you're right. People are hungry for some type of activity, and it can be a couple trying to cook, it could be kids trying to cook, but to have somebody there coaching you while you're trying to cook is a great idea.
Mm-hmm. You might hear a little distraction, a noise. I'm going to put something on for about 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
I'm going to bring a third person in.
And why are you wearing a hat?
Oh, take my hat off.
Because your hair is gray?
Oh, I don't mind gray hair. I'll take whatever the good Lord gave me now. Oh, okay. You might know this person. Here he comes. That's Xiao Shiguai.
Oh.
So hang on.
You're echoing.
Yeah, when I do, like when it's this close together, it's terrible. I knew it was going to do that. But anyway, Mr. Money.
So this is not a bad idea. And you know, I usually tell you they're awful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should go move forward and see how this goes, because the timing is right, the activity is good, you've got people on board, you've got the technology. my initial advice to you is don't focus so much on making money right now. Focus on people doing this. Because for the
Okay.
restaurant,
Well, here's the thing. These guys are hurting. A lot of these restaurant chefs have lost their revenues, their streams, their jobs. They
yeah,
do need money, but they also realize they need to build a brand themselves, you
right.
know?
So that would help them build a brand, and if they have a restaurant, they can feature it. You know, this is Chef so and so from restaurant in Mississippi. Come see us. Blah blah blah. Let me show you this plate. So for them, this is marketing. So that's what they get out of it. But for them, the more eyes that see it, particularly locally, the better. Because they want people to see, go, hey, I want to try this place. I want to meet this guy. I want to eat his food. Um,
Yeah,
so,
they do. They do, but the problem is being able to see the big picture. It's you got these people who are hungry and need money right now versus waiting for who knows when the corona is going to be over.
well, what I would say to you is have featured cooking shows, but if customers want something specific or one-on-one coaching, then they have to pay for it. They have to pay the chef.
They pay, yeah. Then how would I make my money then?
Um, I think if this takes off, then you can worry about making money. But the focus shouldn't be on making money for you yet. The focus is making this a website that people will want to go to, because there's no interest when it's free, there's not going to be interest ever.
Well, see that, but I think that premise assumes that nobody's going to be willing to pay for it up front. And
Okay.
I know I think I can. There's a lot of people I think who are willing to pay right now
Well,
for proven. Uh-huh.
why do you think that? A
Why do
hunch?
I think that?
Is it a Trump hunch?
No, just because of because of the buzz that's out there. People are excited about food, man. People are paying for this stuff already.
Well, I mean, the only way you'll know is to do it, and if you get no bites, then you know you were wrong.
Oh, okay, but let's say I'm right. Let's say I'm right. Are you saying are you? But are you also saying that it's worth foregoing making money and opening this up to a broader audience? Don't make money, but let 1,000 people see it for free versus trying to get 12 people at a time. Is
Well,
that what you?
if you get 1,000, 10,000, 500,000, then you have other options to make money. You could do advertising. Um, the sky's the limit. But until you have a base, all you have is an idea. The other thing you have to worry about, I think, is scale. Um, if somebody's doing a video, that's great. But if you want interactive and you've got 500 people trying to interact with the chef, that's not going to work.
No, that's why I said it will be for 12 people.
Okay, so people can pay for slots, and if the slots
That's right.
full,
So I can I don't if I go more than 12 people, I think it's going to be
okay,
too
so
much.
this is an online cooking class.
Small classes.
An online cooking class. Okay, that might work. Um, and then people can sign up for the cooking class. And if you limit it to that amount of people, you can sell the point that it's a class and that they'll have access to the chef and be able to ask them questions, be able to show them what they're doing, and he can show them what they're doing. All right. If it's a class format, now I don't know how that can grow to scale unless you're just going to add a
I
million.
don't need. I don't know. Well, when you say scale, tell me what you're thinking. I know what you mean. I mean, getting bigger, but what are you thinking? Like,
All right, so let's say we don't know this, but let's say this is a great idea, and then 500,000 people want to do this. How are you going to handle that?
Okay. Well, then, if I get a 500,000 people that want to sign, that want to do this, okay,
Well,
I got you.
that wanna, I'm sorry, that wanna take a cooking class, then you're gonna need more chefs.
Or I could make it $2 and take out the interactivity.
Well, if you take out the interactivity, then it's just a video.
But you can watch it in real time.
Doesn't matter. If to me, it doesn't matter if it's in real time, right? If I watch a video on how to make a turkey, whether it's real time or not, the same damn video.
Okay. I'm with you. So what if I don't? What if? Okay, yeah. What if it could be scaled? But what if I decide not to scale? Go as big as I can go.
That's fine. But if it doesn't scale, then you're going to be constrained on revenue, meaning you
And
can
that's
only
why I
get.
was thinking. That's why I was thinking maybe charge a like I'm just the prices can change. $20 interactivity. You're one of the 12, and then maybe like a $2 or $3 gets you in the show, but you can't interact with the chef, but you can watch because you're a fan of this chef. You want to see him do something he hadn't done yet before. You don't want to wait a month.
What's that? It's a hardware store that's in malls that has a French name, and they also have cooking classes. How much do they charge for cooking classes?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a hardware store doing it.
It's not a hardware. They sell cookware. They're
Hmm.
called, oh God, it's tip of my tongue. It's a French thing. Um,
La Jussière.
no, let me look it up on my phone. Maybe hold on. Um, uh, Cookware store. Go. Um, uh, Sur la table. You've heard of
Okay.
Sur
No, I
la
haven't heard of that.
So Sur la table is this store, and they sell all kinds of kitchenware, but they also have cooking classes. And the question is, what's the going rate for a cooking class?
Now I've researched a lot of cooking classes in like I've seen cooking classes for 150, $200 online. Where you go, but you go and they provide the ingredients and the food and the wine and stuff.
Okay, but you're not doing that.
No, I'm not. But I think I can work on the price, but I think people will be willing to pay. And here's the other thing that I mean. So let me partly answer your question that you asked me 20 minutes ago. All right.
Yeah.
So with these chefs, these guys are hungry. They need to make money and plan to do a revenue split with them. So for some of them, I'm looking at doing a 50-50 revenue split on the
Uh,
classes sold.
I think that's greedy because all you're doing is providing the tech, which isn't that complicated. Um,
So
I
tell me what you think. Just tell me your thoughts on a split.
um, I think you're entitled to a third
Keep talking. Why?
because where's the real value?
Well,
The
I'm doing
value,
the marketing also.
yeah, but what are you marketing?
I'm marketing the service,
The service, right? What's the service?
the talent of the chefs.
The talent. The talent is the money. The talent is what you're selling. The talent is something that they have. Without their talent, it's just a website. It's just a phone. So really, they deserve more than half because they're providing I mean, you're providing the marketing and the ability, but at the end of the day, you're the medium and they're the actual thing. Having said that, also in being devil's advocate, let me take your point.
No, 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 no. My point is just is not. No,
Well, let me
don't worry about my point. Could be wrong. I'm listening.
no,
I like what you're saying.
right, but let me finish. So, when I do MBA consulting, I'm the talent, and I'm only taking a quarter. So, it could be, and the reason I'm willing to take a quarter is because A, I get paid really well, and B, I don't have to worry about all that stuff. So, um, for them, since all they really have to do is cook and let's say let's say they get half and they get 10 customers, so that's $100 per presentation. See, that's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money for me either. But here's the thing: they also get they get referral business potentially. It's building their brand, and they can interact with these people afterwards. You know, they can say, "Hey, when you're done, I want to come visit your restaurant and eat at your restaurant."
Yeah, I still think the focus for you should be more get this thing to work. And if it starts to work and you're making some pennies, then you can tweak it. But the focus should be getting this thing off the ground and make it viable.
Okay,
Otherwise, you can charge $1 billion and they get $1, and at the end of the day, nobody gets any money.
I got you, but that's assuming that yeah. But we're gonna $20 is an easy sell. That won't be a problem for the customer base that I have. I've also surveyed a few people, and they're like, "Yeah, I do that." I've probably surveyed 6 people. I know that's not a good representative sample, but
But I bet you those same people, and then you tell them it's out, would they sign up?
tell them is what?
Let's say you launch this thing. You go back to the same people who told you they would they?
That's a good question. They
Right.
have the means. The people
If
I
you if
asked, they have the means, and I also know that they're the foodie types. Question is it going to fit into their time when they want to do it? I'll tell you, with my food tours, I've told people about it, and they did do it. Some of them did it like not all of them, but some of them did it 4 or 5, 6 months later. You know, it's not
yeah,
that they
yeah,
can do it right at this moment.
yeah, but you can't just blankly ask somebody the question. It has to be an anonymous survey because if you ask me and I don't want to hurt your feelings, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's a great idea. You should go around giving back rubs to homeless people. It's a wonderful idea." Because you're asking me in my face and I don't want to say
I
no.
got you. Hmm.
So, I mean, a word of mouth thing, they could be telling the truth, but you have no idea. So it's not really a valid market research. Um, but
Oh,
you know
I
what?
agree. I know. I agree. I agree.
But here's the thing. So the idea is good. Um, just get it going. And as far as the pricing is concerned, I think when you're talking to the chefs, you just negotiate with them because you don't know what they're willing to do. You could say, "Hey, let's split it $10 each." They could just say, "No, go fuck yourself," right?
So my question to you is then, you think a 50-50 split is I'm taking advantage of them? Honestly?
Um, it
And these are
depends.
up and coming chefs who these not
Here's the
all of
thing.
them have their own restaurant.
I'll use Veritas Prep as my example. Veritas Prep is taking 75% of the take, but they're investing millions of dollars into this, right? So they've got a lot of
They're
skin.
investing back into the company is what it so yeah, I'm taking money too to invest back into the
Yeah,
company. I'm not
but you're not investing millions of dollars. You're investing,
it,
some time and it may be a couple hundred.
but it doesn't why does it matter what the quantity that I put back into it though?
Well, it's not the quantity you put back into it, it's how well. the reason I go with reason I don't go on my own is because I don't have $1 million to invest into the things that they're doing.
Okay.
There's a barrier for me. I have $100, but that's not how much it costs to do what they're doing.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that you don't have the resources to market it and get it going. You're going to let somebody else do that work for you. And as a result, you're interested in taking less of a cut.
Yes, but I also understand the cost of doing that is really expensive. In your case, it isn't.
In
Um,
my case, it's very expensive. It's the opportunity cost of what I'm giving up.
no, no. Opportunity cost doesn't count.
It does.
It,
I have to
no,
eat too.
it's actual cost, but it really doesn't matter. It matters what your talent believes. If you can get a talent to work for free and you get all the money, well, good for you.
No, I
Um,
don't agree. But see, to me, I don't like that model.
no, I didn't say you'd like it. I'm just saying it really depends on because you're not dealing with a million people here. You're just dealing with a couple chefs. I can't tell you what they're willing to do.
Everybody is cool with 50-50.
Well, then if they're
They're,
cool, they're good.
but yeah, they're good there. But I'm just trying to make sure I'm not exploiting them. I'm trying to understand. Maybe I'm exploiting them. That's what I'm worried about.
No, I
From
mean,
what
look, being exploited is a
I don't
perception.
want to do that. I don't want to do
No,
that.
no, it's a perception. I'm being exploited if I think I'm being exploited.
Okay. Well, these guys, they all love it. They
Okay,
all love it.
so if they're happy with 50-50, no one's getting exploited.
Okay.
They're
I got
happy,
you.
you're happy. Uh,
But in your opinion, even though everybody's happy, you're probably thinking I should maybe give them a little bit more money, percentage wise.
you know what I would do? I would not do that. And then if things go well and you get a particularly successful chef, you could revisit the arrangement and make it more favorable so you can keep them and grow it. Um, but if they're happy with the arrangement as it is, great. Look, at the end of the day, we're not really talking huge sums of money here. For them, I think they understand. Okay, a little pocket money plus I get the word out about my
Mm-hmm.
restaurant. Um, if you get a little TV exposure, great. Can you imagine if you go on NBC News or whatever, and then you show a little demo of Chef John or whatever, and then he gets on TV, and then he sees himself on TV? That's gold for him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hear
So,
you, Senor. Yeah.
so I think the key is to just get this thing moving.
Yeah. I'm
Don't
I'm hoping. So I'm using a company called Fair Harbor to do
Uh-huh.
my pricing. So when you pay for a ticket online, they're going
Uh-huh.
to send you a link so that a link that you can click on to go see the broadcast, basically.
Okay.
Just so, yeah,
And then so yeah, use your social networks. Maybe put a little presentation together on what it is. Get exposure in the news channels. Make the news because I've noticed whenever somebody does something interesting for people at home, it makes the news. Whether it's a
hmm
silly video or some new activity, um, they love that because right now the only thing they talk about is death and dying, and so they're dying for stories of success and things for people to do at home, and so I
hmm
think I think you know what's the worst that can happen? This doesn't work. That's the worst that can happen.
I got you. Yeah.
And so you just gotta start working on it, man. Just do it.
hmm That's all I'm working. It's Friday night. That's all I'm working on tonight, man.
Yeah, and think about the other things that you've done that were successful. Blood, sweat, and tears is what made those things happen, right? Blues tours, Alaska.
All that stuff. Yeah, we're gonna see. I think. Oh man.
But
Yeah, I think
I want you to focus. If your heart's in the right place, the goal here is not only to help struggling restaurants because of this what's going on, but to make life at home for these people who are, stuck a little bit more livable. That should be the, the goal. And if you stick
mhm.
that to the goal, the money will come. If you make the goal the money, it'll fail.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I just need to have some kind of plan in place for the talent. And so what I was thinking up front was 50-50, and they all jumped on it and loved it. I
Good.
have, and so just because the only reason why I even brought it up is because in my brain I'm thinking of generating revenue. So I can't move forward without at least plugging them into the concept of me. I'm not doing this as a not for profit.
Right. I mean,
Just being transparent up front.
well, and that's fine. But I'm thinking if I'm a cook or a chef, and I'm at home doing nothing, if I can get on for an hour and I don't have to do anything but get on and start cooking and talking to people, and I make $100, I'll make $100. And if I do this 4 times a day, that's $400. If I do it 8 times a day, that's $800. You
Hmm.
know?
Oh yeah, hey, let me ask you something else too that you just made me think about. So I have Chef Erica Light.
Mm-hmm.
She won a cooking show about 7 years ago,
Okay.
where and she was awarded a cooking show. She turned it down because um, they were going to buy her a restaurant. She would have been a slave to this thing. She didn't
Yeah.
like the terms they were offering. So
Yeah.
everybody was like, wait a minute, you went on national television and you won this show and you turned them down? She's like, yeah. Because of what they're offering was going to bind her into a contract that she wouldn't have been happy with. And so she owns
And
her
I
own.
don't think I don't think you should bind these people into a contract either.
No, that's not where I'm going with that though. But I mentioned that because so I have her, Eric Tay. I have like 6 chefs and excuse me, 6 people, 2 mixologists,
Mm-hmm.
and 4 chefs. And so you mentioned if they do 4 of these a day, I'm not sure how to go about thinking about people's schedule when they can do these. Are people thinking, would they rather do this not on the weekends or during the weekdays? Like
Well,
scheduling purposes of these.
okay. In the current climate, they want to do it during the day. They're sitting at home, nothing to do. They're not working
Okay.
right now. Um, and what you can do is you could just set up quadrants of time, and you'll see where people are signing up. And if they're not signing up at, you know, 9 to midnight or whatever, then you know that that's not going to be a good offering.
So I should probably stay away from the weekends and nighttime, you think?
No, I mean, people's schedules are different. I'm just saying temporarily because of COVID.
Just kind of
Uh,
put it out there and see what comes back.
yeah, I mean, I would have just different play around with different times to see who's biting.
Okay.
I wouldn't omit evenings and weekends. I just would kind of make I wouldn't make it every single day, evening and weekends. You could like skip it around a bit.
Hmm. Okay.
You, you could do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning, and Tuesday, Thursday in the afternoon, and Saturday and Sunday you could do whatever. Um, and if you get one person to sign up, if one person signs up, are they still going to do it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
as long as you get
The show
somebody.
must. Yeah. Yeah, because part of it is also being able to build up that um, portfolio of videos that they can use for marketing.
Yeah, well, I guess the question is who's going to own the videos?
And here's what I've been thinking. I do not want to own any of the videos. I've been telling the chefs I would like to use their talent on the videos for the purpose of marketing my sites and let them use it however they would like it as well. I will not use their video to charge a fee.
Yeah. Look, you need to make enough money so that you can keep this thing going, obviously, because there's costs associated with this effort. But again, the focus needs to be on the goal. And the goal is to help these chefs out and get their name and give them some income, and to help people who are at home who need and want this service. Um, and they may need and want this service after COVID is over. Um, but right now they need it more than ever. So it's a good time to put it out there. So focus on that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And
Cool.
I'm curious to see how this is going to go. But I think you've thrown a lot of ideas at me, and this is one of the better ones.
Hey, it's up there with spin the wheel, I think.
What happened to you? You're orange.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So anyway, I'm actually playing around with some little graphics. So for instance, let's say you're the chef and I have a graphic. I want to put up a message. I can just have the graphic and just put it up there, let it show, let you keep talking, bring it down.
now here's the thing: if I'm about to cook something, I probably want to know ahead of time what I need, because if I'm going to be cooking
Yes,
with you,
exactly. So that's lead time. I'm going to have a list. So if he's teaching you, I'm just making an intro to pasta, then I'm going to have a list to let you know that you need to go to the store and get your pasta, your red sauce, your olives, your tomatoes, whatever
right?
your
You could
ingredients.
have like a little snippet. On this day, chef blah 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 is going to make this dish. You could have a picture of the finished product, and if you're interested, these are the things you're going to need to have before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and if you can show a nice picture of the food, how it's done when it's finished, it might get them more interested in going ahead and trying it out.
So I'm thinking maybe have these guys doing the same cooking demo multiple times the same week. Have the same, like if it's intro to pasta, they're doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, potentially on schedule.
Hmm.
Not six different dishes during the week. The same one so that you can plan for the next week. So if you sign up next week, that gives you enough time to go get your ingredients, and it gives the chef time to also.
Yeah, you don't want to confuse them, because it's really difficult for a chef to switch from one recipe to another to another. Yeah, I agree with you. That's a good idea. Um, Now, the interest in a specific dish might only appeal to a certain amount of people, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think there's a lot of room for play. Once I start, I have a lot of fans out there on different sites, on my bourbon site, on my beer site, on my food tour site, that I think I can pull over. And of those 7,000 people, I think I have about 75 true fans.
Okay.
Like not even one, not I mean a little less, maybe a little bit more than 1%
I think
that
I
would
told
pay.
you the story when I showed my professor my marketing idea, and he said the only thing that matters is execution. So,
Okay.
yeah, the idea is great. Obviously, you've done some research and some of the technology is working. You know, what time frame are you thinking?
I would like to be running by next week, Paul.
Okay.
Thursday of next week. I have a mixologist. So right now, I'm waiting to hear back from a couple of liquor reps. Some of the liquor reps are going to donate glasses and mixers and stirrers and whiskey and a whole bunch of things, so that the idea is to cut down on costs. I don't, like a whole, handle of a bourbon can be shit, $125, So these guys all have product that I can have for these in exchange for some, have their logo on the site. So I'm trying to get all of these companies, a lot of sponsors like U.S. Foods and Benihana's, and to some mostly in kind, but trying to get some cash too, so that I can limit the cost of these guys, going out and shopping. And so I have some of it in motion already.
And they'll be doing it from their homes?
Yeah, that right. Yeah, some can do it in the restaurants, but I think the idea, if these restaurant chefs can show you how to make restaurant food easily at your home
So
while
how are
you're
you going to
quarantined.
handle? So I'm Chef Paul, and I'm going to cook filet mignon. How are you going to make sure that my filming, the camera at my restaurant, is going to be well lit, focused in the
Okay,
right
so we're
place?
we're going to do test runs, and this is I'm in terrible lighting right now, but everybody's going to have two cameras, and the standard is, even with like an iPhone 8 or better, I
Mm-hmm.
have four video cameras myself, but I'm going to use some of those. It depends. I'm going to try to get some. We need to experiment a little bit more sooner than later. Some wide angle shots
So you're going to
as
go to their
well.
home? You're going to go to the chef's home and be the cameraman?
No, I'm going to let them have the cameras and talk. We're gonna troubleshoot it just like this. I'm staying quarantined because of Corona
Right.
myself.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Because
I think we can set it up online. We can get it
right, I'm
going.
just thinking, how are they going to get the right camera angles and all that if they're cooking?
I'm gonna talk them through it. I'm gonna tell you, this looks good right here. I need to see you. This is you're at the kitchen.
You
I
have
want to
camera?
see. What'd you say?
You have camera stands?
I have some. Are you familiar with the Gorilla stands? The ones you
The
can like the ones you can like take. You can like
bend them. Yeah, I
yeah,
think
bend them and
I
twist
got
them.
one
And
here. Something like this. Hold on. Something like that.
I can't see it.
No.
I still don't see it. Wait a minute. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, man. I think you have a good idea.
Man, I appreciate that, Mr. D.
When you're 50% further, let me know. Keep me in the loop.
I'll be calling you on Monday because I'll be just past 50%, ready to roll.
All right. Look forward to hearing it. It's a good idea.
Man, I appreciate you saying that.
Well, I'm
And
Mr. Money.
tomorrow, huh?
I'm Mr. Money. Don't you see down there?
I see that, Mr. Money.
That's right. So I think it's good. And the reason I think it's good is because it has value. It's something people need, fills a niche, and it does good. So, it has potential.
I'm gonna kind of write up my mission, I think, tonight. Because you had mentioned something about making people's lives more enjoyable at home and stuff like that. What did you say?
I basically said two things. I talked about the benefit to the chef, which is revenue and advertising, and the
Mm-hmm.
benefit to people at home who need something to do. And there really isn't anything out there. There's videos everywhere, which is why I didn't like your just video idea. But there isn't really affordable, interactive uh, cooking lessons from really good chefs. And I actually like the fact that you're starting with a specific region, right? Just Mississippi cuisine. Um, you're from Mississippi. I like all of that.
Okay. All
So
right.
no, I think it's a good idea to have a mission statement because it'll guide you as to what you should do and not do. And if you get confused, you go back and ask yourself what the mission was. So
Mhm.
at the end of the day, if you're not helping the chefs, and if you're not really helping the people who are going to be watching this, then you've missed your mission.
Okay. I hear you.
The
Heard
the
that, man. Heard that.
profit is good, but profit is not the mission.
Okay. I heard that.
All right, man.
Question. One
Yeah.
last thing. Okay. For branding purposes, is it worth me with my tooth in and everything geared up properly? Is it worth me coming in, introducing the chef and getting off just so people will see me and try to build a brand around?
Yeah, because you want this associated with you. Because the chefs could get busy and quit, blah, 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 but you'll still have the exposure. Because, like the chefs, you need to get your face out there and your voice out there. And who knows, maybe you'll become a credible source for expert cuisine. I think you
Okay.
should. First of all, you speak well, you have a good personality. Um, Honestly, I don't even care if you have your tooth in or out. I don't.
I'll be like, hey y'all.
He's really from Mississippi. So,
Yeah. Okay, senor.
well, as they say in Australia, good on you.
Good on you. Okay.
That's what they say. All right, man. I'll
All
talk to you
right.
Monday.
All right. Talk to you
Good
later.
luck.
See you.